Hi and welcome. In this first lecture, we're going to get started with Oracle Application Express. I'm going to go to apex.oracle.com and I'm going to sign up for a workspace. So here's apex.oracle.com and you can read all about Apex. I highly recommend you kind of browsing the site a little bit. But once you're ready, you can click on Get Started and Free Workspace. And we're going to want to fill out this wizard's going to help us get signed up. So we're going to want to click on Application Development because we're going to want to develop our own apps. Go ahead and put a name and an email address. Now, if you don't want to use your own email address, Mailinator is a site where you can go and get a email address. So let me go ahead and get an email address. The way you do it is you can just put in a unique name, and if the inbox is empty, that means no one else has been using it. Now, don't use this for anything that you want to be private because it's not private. So that's my email address, and my workspace, I'm going to name it kind of the same. Now, everything in Oracle is stored inside of a database, and in Oracle terms, a schema is the thing that holds all the database objects. So it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put in the same, just to keep things straight, put in the same as my workspace name. Now you'll have to pick either 10 megabytes or 25 megabytes. Don't worry about that. You can actually request more space later. Fill this out as you wish, and I've already read it, so I know my answers. Then the next thing you want to do is read that and accept the terms when you're ready, and fill out this CAPTCHA and submit the request. Now that is just a request for a workspace. Once we're ready, should come over here in the email. So they've got something that's automatically provisioning or emailing these requests, basically accepting them and sending out emails. Now let me go back here. We can click on this. Actually, we don't even need to sign in. The email that we get is going to give us a link basically, and that link will help us to complete the process in creating the workspace. It doesn't take too long. Let me just make sure. We'll just keep hitting refresh. While we're waiting, we can go back to the apex.oracle.com website, and I can tell you a little bit more about Apex. So everything inside of Apex you do visually, but you can write code. So don't get the idea that you can't write JavaScript, you can't customize the CSS and HTML. It's fully modern web application framework. The good thing is it's fast to develop, and so you use this page designer and you can create new items, so new components, and drag them where you want. You can see it's responsive, so it looks great on a mobile device. Let's see if we got our email yet. In addition to that, there's a whole slew of packaged or sample applications. You can install those. And the great thing is that it runs on top of Oracle, so it's pretty scalable in terms of if you really get a successful application running, it's easy to scale. Okay, here's our email. I'm just going to click on it and click on the link. That's why I said we don't have to go to the sign up page, because it's going to help us request and create the workspace. I'm going to close apex.oracle.com, it's main page, and this is now we're still on the same site. Now, don't use this for production applications. This is just requesting a kind of like a sandbox workspace where you can uh, kick the tires a bit and try it out. Okay, our workspace has been created. Let's click on here to sign in, and it's going to ask us to create a password basically. Be sure to write this password down, not my password obviously, but your password. Whatever you choose, write it down. So put in password and then it's confirming the password, and now we're in. We have our very own Application Express workspace out on Oracle's server. So that's great, and now we can continue with the rest of the course. If you're choosing the other route, if you're choosing to install locally, you can ignore what you've seen in this video and move on to the next section, which is how to install Application Express on Windows, on a local Windows machine.